My name is Jae Ellard, and I'm an author and expert on developing the skill of awareness in the workplace. In 2008, I founded Simple Intentions with the simple intention to help people learn, integrate, and master the skill of awareness. Since then, I've had the amazing opportunity to speak on the topic to thousands of people in over 50 countries. I've noticed in my travels that in many workplaces, people have developed the habit of communicating importance with the blanket label of urgent. This habit is not only confusing, but a bit reckless as well. What does it really mean for something to be urgent? You might not have an answer, but it's likely you have a handful of urgent requests in front of you right now. To be clear, unless it involves birth, death, blood, or restriction of breath, it is not urgent in the workplace. Unless, of course, you're a medical professional. But very few jobs outside of medicine actually deal with things that are truly urgent, despite what you think, feel, or have been taught to believe. This is not to say that your actions and requests of you and on you are not important and impactful. They are tremendously so. There are many careers where stakes are high, timelines real, and consequences of actions impact lives and livelihoods. To interrupt the habit of labeling requests as urgent, we need to go beyond talking about prioritization and build the skill to create awareness around how we make and how we receive requests. Doing this requires 3 steps. Step 1, energy. Many times, the energy of the person requesting determines how a request is interpreted and prioritized by the person receiving. For example, if you are frustrated and make a request, it may come across as more urgent than if your mood was more neutral and relaxed. So when making a request, pay attention to your energy. And when receiving a request, notice if you are responding to the facts or reacting to the energy of the person making the request. Now, step 2 is about context. What is the motivation behind the action needed? When a request is lacking context, it can create a feeling of uncertainty. Most people don't like uncertainty, and when they feel it, they want it to end as soon as possible. Thus, prioritizing a request as more important than it actually is just to end the feeling of uncertainty. Now, requests that lack context are generated either by people who are functioning beyond capacity, right, who are too busy to have the whole conversation about what is needed and why it's of higher importance, or by people who are operating out of fear of losing something or being judged, so they avoid offering full context. Either way, the full information is missing. So when you feel like you're about to make an urgent request, pause and offer context to help eliminate any uncertainty for how your request might be received. And seek context for a request you receive where the information is incomplete or not clear. Step 3 is about having the courage to have the whole conversation. When a request appears urgent, sometimes people don't feel a discussion is possible because they don't want to be perceived as pushing back or not being a team player. The opposite is true. The more clarity you can get up front, the more quickly the actual importance can be determined. If you are a manager, communicate to your team what are the highest priority type of requests and from whom they are likely to come, as well as how you expect your team to respond. If you're an individual contributor, ask your manager to provide the answers to these questions and ask for clarity as often as needed. Intuitively, we know the culture of urgent is not sustainable. To interrupt this habit of urgent, we need to have the courage and willingness to build new skills and a new habit. A new habit that starts with deconstructing seemingly urgent requests one at a time.